Good evening and welcome to Weekend Update. I'm your host, Eric Farmer. Our top story this week, no top story. Oh shit. I don't have a top story this week because I just don't give a shit. I don't care what's going on in the world these days. But yeah, just enjoying the summer, staying busy. It's been a long hard day today. I've been working all day doing yard work. Man, I've been doing so much yard work this summer. My yard, it looks really nice, but still, I'm still not happy with it. I still got a lot of work to do. But yeah, it's been a lot. I've just been dedicated to really making my yard look plush this summer. And yeah, it's a heck of a lot of work, but man, it's really worth it. I can't believe how much I let my yard go to shit. I just there's just parts of my yard that I just haven't. I just left it alone for years and years and years and years. And I decided this year I'm going to clean it all up and make it look beautiful, like a nice park out there, a nice place to go out and enjoy nature. Dingo, what's up, buddy? My dog keeps bugging me. I know I fed him plenty of food today. You've had plenty of food today, Dingo. What do you want? What do you want? You want attention? I'm doing my live stream here. Dingo. Jason, what's going on, man? But yeah, it's been just gorgeous, man. Just enjoying the summer. It's it's winding down. Before you know it, the cold weather will be back. So, got to try to enjoy the nice warm summer weather while it's here. Because where I live, we have much more cold weather than we have warm weather for sure. We probably have like 8 months of cold weather and 4 months of warm weather. The weather in my area, shit. Right now, it's just really nice summer weather we're having. A little bit of thunderstorm activity, but not as much rain as we had earlier in the summer. We got drenched with rain early in the summer, so it was I have a lot of really. It's still really nice and green out, just beautiful. Fire danger is pretty low where I live. It's always a concern. Fire danger. Normally we have a hard fire danger every summer. This year, not so much. Though I heard there is one big fire burning here in Colorado. It's on the other side of the mountain, so hopefully we won't have to deal with any fires around here this year. You never know. There's going to be a fire sooner or later, that's for sure. I know that. So yeah, just doing my thing, staying busy through the summer. If you guys can hear those hummingbirds out there. I got a hummingbird feeder like right outside my window here. It's it's a lot of drama out there with them. Birds are just they just fight each other for no. They don't have to fight. They do. This is my food here. This is my sugar water. Yeah. So yes. Dingo, what's up, buddy? What's going on? We can see Dingo here. What's going on, buddy? Oh boy. What you want? You want some attention? You want some attention, some love? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna give you enough attention. Poor old guy. No, I don't. I think I want. I just want a snack. What do you? What do you want? What a good boy. Goes a fucking herd of Harleys out there. Yeah. My doggy dingo. Poor old guy. What do you want? What do you want? Oh, had to go give my poor dog a bone. Now he's going outside. He'll probably go over to the neighbor's house and bark at their door. Oh, yeah. What is going on in the world this week? It's just the dull days of summer, really. Not much going on, I don't think, except for climate change. We're not allowed to talk about that, though. Climate change and censorship. I saw a really good saying today. It was like a T-shirt. It said, "The worst thing about censorship is," then it had two words that were like blacked out. I thought that was perfect. I want to get that shirt. So yeah, it looks like not much going on this week. Nobody here tonight except Jason. And yeah, just been fucking busting my ass in the yard. But it's paying off because my yard is looking really nice. Really, all that hard work I've been doing all summer is paying off. And next year it'll be easier to maintain the yard. That's the reason I'm doing all this work, is to, in the future, it'll all be done and I'll just have to run through with a mower, and all the hard work will be done, because before I couldn't mow those areas because there was just so much garbage in there. So yeah, just cleaning it all up, getting rid of garbage, man. I've gotten rid of so much garbage around my yard and just dead, overgrown stuff. Like last week, I had a bonfire. My neighbors came over and we had a bonfire. That's why I wasn't live last week. I just said, I got to take a night off. Burn some of this dead wood right here. So yeah, that's what's going on, man. Ain't nothing going on with the yard work. Just the constant struggle to survive, right? Well, we all know that. We'll just hang out for a little while, see who shows up. It's really cool having a hummingbird feeder right outside my window. I love the sound. Some people might find the sound annoying, but I've had them coming here for so long. I've had generations and generations of hummingbirds that have grown up in my bird feeder. No news is good. No. What news have I heard this week? Oh, I heard Barack Obama's fucking personal chef died in a horrible, what is it? Paddle boarding accident. Yeah. Apparently, he was out paddleboarding in the ocean and he just disappeared. His paddleboard was found, but he wasn't. And he had no. They say he had no life preserver on. Interesting. Who knows? Could it be another? Maybe he knew something he shouldn't know. Did he know something? And he overheard a conversation and then he disappeared. Seems like people like Obama, the Clintons, they just seem to die of mysterious deaths. It's crazy. It's like I was watching this video today on BitChute. They were talking about all these people that developed like alternative sources of energy, like free energy machines and shit. They all mysteriously died. It's the damnedest thing. They all just died in crazy accidents, and so I don't know. It's interesting that I heard that, and then I hear about Obama's personal chef disappeared at sea on a paddleboard. I don't know, man. I'm sure it was all good, fine. They put out a statement how much they loved that guy. He was the Obama's personal chef in the White House. And then after they left the White House, he came with them. He's just been their personal. He must make some really good food. Man, it must be nice to have a personal chef. I guess the Obamas are looking for a new personal chef anyway. I'm sure he made some really good stuff. This is what it's like up here all summer long. Goddamn Harley Davidson riders. Motorcycle riders are just fucking inconsiderate as fuck. Look at me. Listen to my loud fucking bike. It's annoying. It's like, there was a whole episode of South Park about it. Not that I hate bikers or nothing. Ken F. Is that Ken fucking Rotman? I got fucking so much supper stuck in my teeth. Yeah. What is going on? I had like 4-day-old leftover spaghetti for dinner. It was delicious. Yeah. These guys just ride their motorcycles up and down the road. Another Terminator got channeled. The channel got. Damn. The drama just never ends with Mr. Rotman. His life is never without drama, it seems. What are you going to do? We're all facing it these days. Well, going through these horrible, crazy times that we're going through. I don't know. Sometimes we forget what's going on in the world around us, I guess. It's hard to remember it all the time. Man. Aussie Radio in the house. Yeah, we'll go ahead and post a link here. Yeah, I'm just kind of fucking beat, man. It's been a fucking long, hard summer. Well, not long enough, I guess. It's just that the summer is so busy, and everybody wants to get everything done in the summertime. We got only so much time to work before the snow flies again, right? So before it gets cold again, only got so much daylight before it gets dark again, for winter. So it's just a hectic time. tired. I got a lot of stuff I want to get done. Just it's not enough time in a day. And you only have so much energy, you know. Today I cleaned out most of my gutters on my house. So yeah, I noticed that the other day we had a rainstorm and the water was splashing over the gutters. I'm like, God, when was the last time I cleaned these gutters? I'm like, fuck. It's probably been like 4 or 5 years maybe. So yeah, sure enough, they were fucking clogged up like a motherfucker. It wasn't too hard, not too bad. It's a pretty easy job cleaning the gutters on this house. I got it down. So I got that done. Now I still got a little bit left to do tomorrow. It never ends, man. It just never ends. Cutting, but man, the yard looks so good. It's been worth all the hard work I've been doing. Ken just want a boring life. Ken bottled some homebrew the other day. Fucking hey, that sounds like a fun hobby. Making your own brew. You can make exactly how you like it, I guess. After you experiment with it for a while, come up with the flavor you like, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. It seems like a lot of effort though to make beer. It's not that easy, I don't think. What do you say? You never get a hangover on it? Wow. That's fucking awesome. That's good. That's good alcohol when you can get fucked up and not have a hangover the next day. Yeah. That's top shelf shit. Parsifal Wagner. Welcome. Shalom. Washing bottles is the word. Yeah. You got to make sure that shit gets nice and sterilized, I guess, huh? Otherwise your beer will get all fucking contaminated and no bueno. It'll kill you if you drink it. Where's Joe, Lee, and Pieman? I don't know. We've only been on here for like 16 minutes, or 18 minutes. So yeah, who these guys may show up. I didn't show up last week because I was just too beat, man. I decided I was gonna have a bonfire last week. It was nice. A couple of neighbors came over and just had a fire and we just sat around and talked. Burned off some of the dead wood around my house. It was great. I've cleaning up my whole yard, and I'm taking all the old dead wood and throwing it in a pile. And I'm just going to gradually burn it over time. I'm getting rid of all the garbage, man. It's great. Feels good to get the yard all nice and spiffy. Later, they will show. I have a big barbecue too. Yeah, I should. I haven't used my grill in years, man. I'm sure it'll still work. It's been sitting outside in this weather for maybe 3 or 4 years ago since I used it. Yeah. Would be nice to have a little barbecue and some friends over. Yeah, it's funny, like most of my friends. If I say I got food, man, they'll come right over. It's amazing. Not most of them, just a few. Obviously, I got a fire pit for free the other day. Wow. My fire pit is a hole in the ground surrounded by rocks. But yeah, I got a lot of old wood to burn. So I'll be having more fires. Luckily, we've had enough rain this winter, this summer, that they haven't imposed a fire ban on us this year so far. That's awesome. And I'm lucky because I can clean up my yard, and I could, right up the street, I got a place where I can get rid of branches and, most of the parts of trees and shit for free. Just I'll cut down a bunch of trees, cut them all up into little pieces, throw them in the back of my car, drive over there and dump them out. It's only like a quarter mile from here or less. So it's practical to just use my car. I don't even really need a truck. I just fill up the back of my car, go down there, come back, make another trip. It's so close by. So I can get rid of all the garbage in my yard. And yeah, it's nice. Maybe I'll make a video here at the end of the summer to show how beautiful my yard is. Yes. But yeah, shofar. Don't understand what that means. Shofar? I don't have a shofar. I have to drive myself. But yeah, it's been pretty nice. Pretty nice summer up here. I was down and working down in town the other day, down around Boulder. Subaru working great. But yeah, I was working down around Boulder the other day, and it was like 95 degrees down there when I pulled it out of Boulder into the foothills. By the time I got up here, it was 74, so it was like 20 degrees cooler up here. Yeah, this way. This is the time of the year to live up in the mountain. That's why a lot of well-to-do folks and stuff. They come up here during the summertime to get away from the heat. I cooked a lamb roast yesterday with back spuds, pumpkin. It turned out sounds delightful. I don't think I've ever eaten lamb in my life. I understand, like, people in Australia eat a lot of lamb. It's not so popular here in the States. I don't think you can buy lamb at the grocery store here. But isn't lamb like a baby sheep? It's kind of fucked up eating a baby sheep, man. But I'm sure they're delicious. Ozzy says it sounds delicious. But yeah, fuck. It's just a slow week this week, man. Not really much going on. I'm hearing about just climate change is happening and censoring people that are trying to talk about climate change. So yeah, that's what's really going on right now in the world. A whole lot of censorship and a whole lot of climate change. A shofar is an ancient musical horn typically made of a ram's horn used for Jewish religious purposes. So Parsifal Wagner, you sound like a person of that faith. That's cool. Nothing. No. Are you some kind of like what's the word? Rabbi? Because I heard you said oral circumcision. I've heard of that, man. Yeah, that's disgusting, man. That's truly disgusting. God, can imagine. Do you mean sheeple? Rant used for Jewish religious purposes. So yeah, well, that's something going on in the world. I guess Israel attacked fucking Palestine again. What's new there, right? God damn. Just keep fucking pummeling those people, stealing more of their land every so often. And they blame it on them. Oh, they did it. It was whatever those people are called. Hamas. There's an episode of South Park called Ike's Wee Wee. Yeah. I was circumcised myself, man. You know, I don't remember though, man. It was before my memory started. Thank goodness. I guess circumcised right after I was born. They just want to chop your fucking foreskin off right now. You don't have a foreskin, motherfucker. In this country, never had no choice. Some people say, it's a good thing to have a foreskin. I don't know. I'll never know. It's just pretty much standard practice in America that they circumcise the males when they're born. Supposedly it keeps shit cleaner down there. I'm sure, yeah. That's what I'd be worried about. What are you gonna do with that thing? You gonna chop my wiener off? I don't think so. I'm gonna do with that. I need my wiener. You ain't chopping it off. Oh shit. Here we are talking about circumcision. I guess there's worse subjects. The circumcision ceremony is called a bris, where the rabbi chews off the baby's wiener. Man, no, just the foreskin. That's oral circumcision. Who comes up with this shit, man? There's some sick motherfuckers in the world. Not to mention, the risk of infection to the child. My God. And just knowing that for the rest of your life, some rabbi fucking bit your foreskin off when you were it's part of it's religious though, who am I to criticize other people's religion, Oh, it's so ridiculous. Sounds like a thrash metal. That would be a good name. Oral circumcision. Keep your wisdom teeth if you can. Yeah. Mine are already gone, so it's too late. I have no wisdom teeth or wisdom. It won't be long till I have a mouthful of plastic denture teeth. Sadly, it's my only choice. That or death. I don't know what sounds worse. Keep going on the stream, Ozzy. Ken S. Can you join us, Ozzy? You got anything to add? Because, yeah, I'm struggling this week because there's nothing, I don't know what's going on. Except for Barack Obama's personal chef disappeared in the ocean. I just heard that yesterday on the radio. I don't got my wisdom teeth or most of my other teeth for that matter. Unfortunately. No, I got no choice but to deal with it, right? It's just a matter of time. Oh, we got a guest. Mr. Rodney.
G'day. Hello, Eric. Hey.
How are you?
Good. We've had very nice sunny days lately. Incredible.
Yeah.
For about over a week now, it's like not normal this time of year. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Good.
I'm starting to get stuff done in now the weather's warmed up.
Yeah, it's already warming up. Yes. Yeah, hell on earth. Yeah, it's starting to go, man. The days are getting shorter here for sure.
I got me Russia rug out. Support Russia. See?
Support Russia.
I found this in an op shop. I thought it was brilliant for these times.
Is that what it says? Support Russia?
Well, Z means Russia. You know, they have the Z on their tanks and all.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's quite funny. I was watching David Icke before about UFO disclosure and all that at the moment. I mean, it's kind of weird how all these years military guys have been coming out about UFOs. Oh, it's 11:11 a.m. right now. And now what? 3 people come out and it's suddenly disclosure. Oh, we got UFOs are real.
Yeah, it sounds like
I don't get it.
Another bunch of BS. Yeah, they were talking about it, and I thought it was just a bunch of garbage for a long time. That, yeah, you know, that they're going to stage an alien invasion, right?
Well, I mean, not that I'm saying those 3 military people didn't see anything, but I'm just saying it's weird how the government's coming out now, you know.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about aliens these days.
Project Bluebeam, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, with the powers that be, there was like some kind of alien thing that happened in Las Vegas. Supposedly, it was on the news and shit. So it's 9/11 where Jason's at. It was 9/11.
Yeah, it was 11.
It's always 9/11 somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what else has been happening? I'm calling myself Walkman because you know I haven't got a car. I'm walking.
You know this alien invasion thing, man. What do you think? You think it's gonna go? You think it's gonna escalate?
Yeah.
Possibility that they're gonna stage some kind of crazy, use it as a fucking, you know, some kind of.
I hope so. It'd be interesting how they pull it off and all that.
You know, even Ronald Reagan talked about it back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So
no, I know UFOs are real. I've seen enough in my life to no one can tell me they're not. You know, I've seen them 2 3 times, and but it's something I've always believed you can't capture them. You know, I think that's impossible to capture a UFO. They're light ships; they can go through things and everything, change shape. So I think the Roswell thing was a psyop. Yeah.
But you think there's really aliens?
Nah, I don't think there's any people from other planets coming here. No.
So all these UFOs are just like government military aircraft, maybe,
I'd say some are like the.
or
The
some kind of a
I've never seen a
some kind of
triangle.
a holo hoax.
I've never seen a triangle UFO, but I think they might be man-made.
I've never seen any kind of UFO. So
But every UFO I've seen they're not man-made. You know, there's no way. You know, you can just tell by the way they move and that. But yeah, I think if they're trying to shoot them down, you know, just go straight through them, wouldn't harm them.
I heard that they got
I think they're well, I think they're demonic entities. Actually, you know, they get around their light ships and just.
I heard they got drones now that look like alien, that look like UFOs.
Yeah, I think the
It's
demonic.
like a drone that has like it broadcasts a hologram around itself. So it disguises itself to look like a flying saucer, but it's really just a drone, like like a regular drone you could buy at a hobby shop or on the internet. With propellers and shit, like a quadcopter type thing. But they can camouflage themselves to look like a straight flying saucer.
Oh yeah, disguise it. Yeah, make it look like a UFO.
Some kind of a holographic image of it that it broadcasts around itself.
Oh yeah, like the
Make it look like something that like an alien UFO, but it's really just a regular drone,
like the hologram
type drone.
Like the hologram doctor in
And with those quadcopter drones is pretty amazing how they can maneuver them.
Well, that's what they had in Star Trek. Like the hologram doctor, it was just a ball thing, you know, that would project his image, and if they turned him off, the ball would just drop to the ground, you know. See you, doctor. That's enough. Bye.
Hillary Clinton says you can't say alien, huh? No. Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial.
Well, they changed the name UFO to UAPs for some reason. Hillary Clinton did that.
UAP.
Yeah, she come out with that too.
What does that stand for?
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
All the terms these fucking
use the right pronouns for UFOs, please. Even UFOs have changed their pronouns.
Yeah.
Bruno's out there barking at tourists. Walking past, they get past.
You guys got tourists?
On the weekends, we've had such incredible weather, you know, that people come down this weekend, tourists and that.
Well, you're like down by the ocean?
Yeah. Ocean's that way, the lakes are that way. The lake's only 5-minute walk.
Uh-huh.
The beach, well, you got to go across a causeway, across a lake to get to the beach. But it takes about 10 minutes by car. But I haven't got a car, so I haven't bothered going to the beach. I could walk straight across this lake out there. It's a salt lake.
Yeah.
It goes across for about a mile, and it only goes up to your ankles. You know, pretty shallow. But then you got to walk through bush. I don't know if there's any tracks on the other side, and then you're there. But you've seen one beach, you've seen them all, haven't you?
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I've only seen the beaches in California, Mexico, and Hawaii.
Yeah.
They were all a little bit different.
Yeah.
But,
well, this beach we're at, That's the second longest beach on Earth. Yeah,
That's a long ass beach, I guess, huh? Fuck.
Well, it's about 100-mile long. They call it the 90-mile beach, but it used to be.
I've been to Long Beach in California, but it's not that long.
Long Beach, is that an island or?
No, it's a famous beach in California, and like right next to Los Angeles.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
ones the Beach Boys sang about, eh?
Long Beach, Iron Maiden played a lot of concerts there.
Yeah.
Long Beach Arena. Yeah, and
Hey, do you have
it was
Joe?
a fun place to go when I was a kid. It was like it had like a boardwalk down there and like an amusement park.
Yeah, I've seen it in
It's kind of
movies.
like a carnival atmosphere,
Mm.
A lot of fun
Yeah.
when you're
You
a
see
young
them
kid.
all getting around in skateboards and
Yeah, they had like roller coasters and all kinds of rides and stuff. I used to love to go down there when I was a kid. Yeah,
yeah,
the whole carnival atmosphere. Yeah,
it'd be good. Yeah, so yeah, I can't find Joe Dirt's channel. I just keep coming up with that movie. It's weird.
Joe Dirt. Yeah,
Do you have a link to his channel at all? God, you can
I
put
don't
it
have it. No, I don't. I might be sub to him, but I have to look through my subs.
because of the new channel. It's hard tracking people.
Yeah,
down.
because he hasn't been around in a few weeks.
I was trying to find my friend Luna. She's up in Sydney way, and there's this other Luna in America that just comes up with her. This real trending Luna, and you can't find the other Luna, but I found her. I had to use, had to remember what she called one of her live streams, so that got me there. Yeah.
Luna. What does the Luna mean? Crazy chick?
Nah, she's cool. Luna's a real earthy person.
Luna, her name is Luna.
Yeah. She lives up with the mob in up near Mount Druitt, the Aboriginals. She's Aboriginal. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Known her for years. Got to know her through Kev Baker when he was still alive, his show. Got to know a few people through Kev Baker. Yeah. Elgo and all them others. Smurfy girl. Yeah. Yeah, he died, what was it, a year and a half ago? Kev Baker. God, time's flying.
Yeah. People are dropping all over the place these days. It's crazy.
Last few weeks, I've lost two mates. They died of cancer. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
One in Melbourne, Sale. It's incredible. Yeah. Is there that? Yeah, both my age they were.
Yeah, people in their way under life expectancy are just dropping dead.
It really makes you sort of go, "Wow, I'm lucky to be alive." Really, all these people.
Yeah, I guess so. I know. My age, younger.
People 10 years younger than
really
me.
good at life. They're doing a lot better than I do in life.
Yeah.
They're just gone. What the fuck is going on?
You gotta just keep active, and
most of them have died from the opioid epidemic. A lot of people I know, and cancer.
Yeah.
People I know died of cancer. A lot of people have died from opioids.
Yep, I've known a few of those. I know.
Cancer is a big one, and but I had one friend recently that died, and it was sad because he was rock climbing over in Utah.
Oh,
yeah, he fell off a cliff.
Shit, what a way to go!
Yeah, he was like 47 years old.
It seemed like forever before you hit the ground.
But it's interesting because he's the only person that died doing something like that I've known in a long time. Everybody else has been from certain things that we can't talk about. But mostly opioid epidemic.
I've had like 3 friends die from motorbike accidents. motorbikes have a habit of killing people.
Yeah, I know a lot of people.
When Tioni's
My lifetime.
when Tioni's boyfriend got one, I was saying, "Oh man, I wish you know I've known so many who got injured badly or dead now." These things.
One cousin that died from motorcycle wreck, and
Yeah,
and,
his ankle.
my brother was almost killed. He barely, he should have died, but he survived somehow.
Yeah.
He was in a coma for like a month. He shouldn't have survived. I don't know. It's a miracle that he survived, because he had a horrific fucking head injury, and it was pretty miracle that he survived. Really, really, it's the only way you could say it. A fucking miracle, because all the doctors were like, "No, he's not going to make it." Somehow he fucking made it. It's crazy.
Yep, some people can survive anything. I got a mate.
I guess
He's in a car accident, broke every bone.
some people are just too evil to die.
So, how's the Women's World Soccer Federation going in my continent? I wouldn't know. I don't watch football, so I don't know what the women's sports stuff would be doing. But Women's World. Actually, there's this soccer club that our government gave $2 million to. No idea.
Becker.
But yeah, it's all political sports over here now. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, politicians own football teams now, for God's sake.
Yeah, I can't take it.
Celebrities and.
But I gotta admit, I do fucking watch hockey. It's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
but all the other sports, I can't stand it. And I grew up all my life as a big time football fan. I think American football, that is, but and like, I think it was like 2015 or something when the Super Bowl happened.
Here, when
the
people
came back from a 27-point deficit in the fourth quarter to win the game, I was like, "This is bullshit, man. This has got to be rigged, man." Ever since then, I don't watch football anymore.
No, here, if someone asks you what team you're barring for, and you say nothing, they look at you real weird, like there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you got to be
football. You must be clear.
It's like part of your national identity, and what's your favorite sports team?
What team do you barrack for? Where were you born? Carlton. Yeah, well, you got a bag for Carlton. The Blues, come on, the Blues.
Yeah, it's big. It's amazing how people are.
So,
here in the United States, the football season's coming back. It's just getting started. Like, it starts like in August, and then they have like the preseason.
It keeps
before the real season. It doesn't count on your record.
I guess. Yeah.
They have like four or five preseason games.
Yeah.
And then they start the regular season.
Sounds
I
great.
used to be really into it.
Football, rah. Let's play football.
No, I listen. Sometimes I'll be surfing around on the radio while driving to and from work and shit, and I'll stumble on the sports station and just listen to it for a minute, and just like, so ridiculous. These guys are talking about
like sports.
They're seriously talking about sports, like it really fucking matters, right? like it's really, I mean, it's serious shit. These guys are spending millions, these guys are making tens of millions of dollars a fucking season nowadays.
I used to sit down and watch football with my younger brother and his mates, and I'd do the commentary on it and drive them all nuts because I'd be, doing mocking the hell out of it, Not taking the game serious one bit.
Yeah. You know, I kind of wish I was excited about the football season coming up. You know, no, not at all, not in the least bit.
I used to watch the wrestling once. That was just for a laugh. You know, I think it's pretty funny.
It's entertainment, right?
It's light entertainment.
These guys are talented in their own way. You know,
Oh yeah,
they're acting. You know,
they're good at
actors.
Work. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but you know, what cracks me up is there's people out there that take that shit and they fucking actually believe that it's true. You know, well, they pretend. Like they know it's not true, but there's something in their fucking, you know, their psyche that they have. They feel like they have to pretend that it is true.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Come on, you really believe this is real?
I text Hyman before and Lee, but no answer. So I don't know. Must be big.
You know, he must be busy.
Probably out on a nice sunny day doing
He's
stuff.
a busy dude. He's got a lot of things to do these days. That he's changed his whole life upside down.
I got a busy schedule today. I've got to take the dog for a walk. That's it, really.
I got to do that every day.
Nah, just get out and about. It's
very important to me that I walk my dog every fucking day.
Yeah, it's relaxing too. You know?
For his well-being.
Yeah, they like to keep busy. Dogs,
he continues to get older and older and older.
Dogs hate seeing you sitting around. They like you doing things.
Yeah, if they sit around, I think they won't live as long. You know?
They think, oh, you're boring. Yeah.
We'll just lay there and die. But you got to get them up and moving.
I might get some beers, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that lamb roast I cooked last night, God, it turned out brilliant, you know.
I'd like to try some of that. I never tried lamb.
I took a
Jason
photo.
said NFL should play with nothing. Speaking of dogs, there's my dog at the door now.
Heard you talking about him.
Come on.
Hello, puppy.
Connie.
Come in. Come on, puppy. Good dog.
That reminds me, man, I forgot to pull out my microphone.
Yeah, it's pretty loud. Working okay.
This microphone is really nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I wouldn't mind one like that.
Does it sound better now?
Yeah. It is clear. Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice microphone. I figure I've been doing these live streams for so many days. I say I should at least invest in a decent microphone.
I'm just using a camera with a built-in mic type, you know. The old
That's all you need, really. You know, you don't really need a fancy, nice microphone, but it's nice to have if you do a live stream. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one. Play the harmonica on it.
Yeah, you could get a nice microphone. Not much. I think I paid like $170 for this microphone. It's pretty. It just hooks up to my computer with a USB.
Oh yeah.
You just plug it in and it works.
That's about what you need to pay for a good one, eh? Yeah.
Probably. I think that's what I paid for it. I'm not sure. I got this one because it comes on a stand and it's nice and easy to use.
Yeah.
You don't have to have like a big thing coming down like from the sky.
Yeah.
Some people have.
Still looks professional, you know.
Yeah, it's simple and easy to use. Yeah. And it's from what I heard, it sounds good. I never really listened to it, but from what people tell me, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, NFL should play with nothing. But yeah, as much as I like hockey, I'm disappointed that the Las Vegas Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup.
I didn't understand hockey until I watched Trailer Park Boys then, because
Canadians.
they played
Yeah.
a lot of show, you know.
The poor Canadians, man. They haven't won a Stanley Cup in a long time.
And they,
Since a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup.
who keeps winning, Sweden or Denmark or somewhere?
I think it's been like 10 or 20 years since a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup. But most of the best players in the NHL are Canadians.
Yeah. How come they keep losing?
Even though they play on teams in the United States, a lot of good players are from Russia, all over Europe.
Yeah,
a lot of good players in the NHL that are from Europe,
like Sweden,
Russia, places like that.
What's the other places? Yeah,
Norway,
Sweden.
I don't know where it's cold.
Norway, that's the one. Yeah,
the cold parts of Europe.
I mean, you'd have to have something like that in the cold weather, to keep busy and moving and keep warm. And, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Didn't they used to use a human head in the old days playing hockey? They used to.
It's using a human head. I never heard that. I've looked up into the origins of hockey. It's kind of vague.
Yeah, it's all over.
I think it originated in Canada, though.
I heard it was Afghanistan or somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the barbaric one with the head and all that. Whacking a head.
Yeah.
I saw it in a movie once.
Or Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
The king of Saudi Arabia, he just loves cutting off people's heads.
Yeah.
He's really good at it. I've seen some videos where he just fucking takes a sword, wham, just like, wow, the dude's head just comes right off. And like he seems to really get a lot of joy.
Some woman from America got arrested the other day there and locked up for yelling at some guy or something. She yelled at
in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. She is.
If you're a woman, you stay the fuck out of Saudi Arabia.
She's a black woman, so the Americans are in an uproar.
Women have no rights in fucking Muslim states.
Yeah.
They are treated worse than fucking camels. Camels are treated with much more respect than women.
Yeah.
In the Muslim world.
And robots too. I mean, in Saudi Arabia, they made a robot have more rights than a woman. Sophia. That stupid friggin' thing.
Yeah.
Sophia the robot.
That's crazy how they can treat their women like that.
I can't believe they're still rolling that Sophia robot out. I mean, she must be about 12 years old now.
Yeah.
They're still talking about it like she's an important AI thing. It's like, what?
She's not even a sex bot.
Yeah. Can't even.
Or a fembot.
Like, you'd want her to at least. Yeah. But,
I wonder if she's got machine gun jubblies.
She's nothing more than a moving Alexa,
Siri. If I was going to do a female robot, she'd have machine gun jubblies.
I had that in a 60s movie. Forgotten which one it was. Yeah, man.
Austin Powers?
Flint. Yeah, it was like a movie Austin Powers got its ideas from. Our man. Or something. Flint. That day's wacky spy
machine gun jubblies. How did I not notice that?
Yeah. Yeah, Sophia's hilarious.
Sophia, that's her name, yeah.
Yeah, Sophia.
Isn't Sophia like another name for Earth?
I think it's named after some god of destruction or something, probably.
Isn't Sophia another name for the goddess of Earth? Or is it?
I thought that was Gaia.
Gaia, yeah.
There's a baby Sophia too, a baby robot Sophia. Looks ridiculous.
Yeah, some people call the Earth Gaia. It's like a female entity. That makes sense that the Earth would be a female entity. That's we call it Mother Earth, right? We call it Mother Earth.
Yep, that's it. And then there's the Green Man.
But I kind of I find that an interesting concept that the Earth has its own consciousness.
Yeah.
I find that very interesting and quite possible.
Yeah, they use that idea in a few sci-fi shows, movies.
The Earth has a consciousness of its own. I think it's possible.
That's what the movie Solaris was about. They find a planet that has its own consciousness. And it can, it can replicate your dreams for you, like make a woman come alive that you wanted to get with, or They redid it. Was a Russian movie. They redid it with Clooney, George Clooney. Very boring film, really.
That's interesting. We could all be living some kind. This whole thing is some kind of a simulated reality. I find that interesting.
Yeah, that's
the holographic universe idea. I've been talking about these things for years.
Yeah, I've heard about it for years.
I find it all very interesting and quite possible.
Now they just say it's a matrix. We're in a matrix. That's it.
I really believe that we could be living in a hologram. This is all just some kind of video game. like Jeff Berwick says, it's like we're living in a video game.
Yeah.
In a way, I think that's very true.
Well, Shakespeare said it, didn't he? When he said the whole world's a stage,
Yeah, it's like reality only reveals itself when it's being observed. Because that's that concept. It's like the wave something theory. Where basically reality changes when it's observed. And it goes back to a wave function. And only when it's observed, it becomes like a reality. It's almost like a computer game, really. The reality only renders what is being observed. Everything else kind of goes into a waveform. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, that's what the Mandela Effect movie ended up being. It was a matrix he was in. Alternate realities. And
I've always found those ideas very interesting and plausible. That would explain a lot of things in reality.
Yeah, it's good to theorize about.
I've always had, ever since I was a young kid, thought about shit like that. Things that would boggle my mind. Like, is the universe, limitless? How could that fucking be possible? And if it's not limitless, what's at the end of it? If you hit some big old brick wall,
I know
that's the universe. If that's the case, if you do hit some big old brick wall, what's on the other side of that fucking brick wall?
How can there be no beginning and no end?
That's the things that boggle my mind ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, did too. Yeah, me too.
Even if there is something out there, and if there is an end to it, what's beyond that? On the other side of it?
And what are stars really,
If we are living on a fucking flat Earth, that even boggles the mind even more. Are we like inside of some kind of giant terrarium?
I used to think that we're probably just some experiment chucked on this planet to see how we go, but nah, it's a bit more than that to it. I think we're here right now. This is where it begins, on the planet, on Earth. This is
Parsifal just can't stop talking about the fucking.
I know. I saw.
God damn! Come on, man! Come on, man! We don't talk about that shit on this channel, okay?
No, you can't talk about a certain certain group.
This ain't that kind of a channel, man.
Uh,
Okay.
Can't talk about the greatest story never told either. No.
There's a lot of things we can't talk about here. Okay. But
Yeah.
won't be long until I get my strikes taken down.
Oh, you got a few strikes, have
Maybe
you?
a couple weeks.
Oh.
Sometime in August, I get my stripes taken down. My strikes.
Yeah, Neil Young.
Be a good boy for the next
Neil
couple
Young
weeks.
strike the other night.
My channel will be free and clear again.
I played like a few seconds of a Neil Young song, probably not even 30 seconds, 20 seconds, and I got a strike for that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
It's in
you don't play copyrighted shit unless you want to strike.
He's real old stuff.
You should be able to get away with it as long as your channel wasn't monetized.
It seems to be the recent stuff. Like I played the very first tune he did on his first solo album, and that never gets you striked. It's just an instrumental bit. I used to put it in the intro, but then I did another intro. It never got me striked until now. It's
sometimes they used to just take it down and say it's a,
they went back.
They wouldn't give you a strike. They would just remove it. They give you a warning, copyright warning. But now, no, they don't fuck around. They don't like you. They don't like you, fucking Ken.
Nah. No, I've said too many nasty things about the government, and
the last man on earth. I don't know.
I realised I was meant to respect the government and agree with everything that they agree with, and I didn't know that's how it went. Shit.
Yeah.
I got to.
Well, now you know. Okay.
Got to be like a sheep and just.
Charlton Houston, or is it Charlton Heston?
Amiga Man, yeah. Charlton Heston was in the Amiga Man before
was
that.
The Last Man on Earth?
Vincent Price was in The Last Man on Earth.
I remember Planet of the Apes. That was with Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
And
Charlton Sci-Fi.
He was also on
Soylent Green. Yeah. He did a whole spat of them back in the early 70s, like Planet of the Apes. And
he's an interesting character, Charlton. And he was the leader of the NRA for a long time.
The Amiga Man. Yeah. The Last Man. He
died. Charlton Heston died, and they had to pry the gun from his cold, dead hands.
Yeah. Had a spear through him, didn't he? Yeah, that's right, in the fountain.
He used to go up on stage and pull up his gun and say, "From my cold, dead hands." And finally, he got his wish.
Yeah. That's right.
It was mean. If they're going to take my gun, it's going to be from my cold, dead hands.
Yes. What film was that in?
No, that was it. That's what he did on stage when he was representing the National Rifle Association.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. He's part of that, isn't he? Yeah.
And he would hold the gun. Yeah, when he was alive, he died like 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I grew up watching all these movies,
Yeah, he was an interesting cat. He was in a lot of interesting movies like Soylent Green, Planet of the Apes. These are big time movies for
Ben-Hur. Yeah.
Ben-Hur over.
The Naked Jungle, that was a good one about ants, invasion of these killer ants.
Which one?
The Naked Jungle. Charlton Heston's in Africa somewhere, and soldier ants come along and kill everyone in their path, and he's fighting against these ants.
He was probably even in a couple of episodes of The Twilight Zone, for all I know.
I think that was a 50s show. No, I think he'd already made it too big to. That's where a lot of them started off, though, was
The Twilight Zone.
And Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Uh-huh.
So I remember seeing what's his name, William Shatner. One of his first parts was him.
He was in The Twilight Zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in a couple episodes of The Twilight Zone.
Yep, they all used to swap around on the studio. We'll go and do The Outer Limits or
yeah, those were the golden age of television, right? I love that show. I still love that show to this day, The Twilight Zone. It's so fucking good.
Oh, I've even watched a few Outer Limits shows recently, and
yeah, those were good too.
And I love the Alfred Hitchcock Presents the story.
It was kind of the same genre as The Twilight Zone.
Alfred Hitchcock was more.
I think The Twilight Zone was the original, wasn't it?
I think so. Rod Serling, yeah. Serling.
Yeah. But then all these other, after he did The Twilight Zone, then like Alfred Hitchcock Presents came out, and all those other
Outer Limits come out after.
Outer Limits.
Yeah.
There was a couple of other shows, I think.
Yeah.
Were kind of like that.
Yeah. That's right. I've watched a few of them. Bruno.
Yeah, really, like The Twilight Zone, it was really like predictive programming in a lot of ways. Talking about where the world was going to, where we are today. Your next stop, The Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock was brilliant. Like like most of his movies.
Alfred Hitchcock,
one of the best directors ever.
The Birds.
Stanley Kubrick, another great one. Yeah, The Birds. That was good.
It was Alfred Hitchcock movie.
Yeah. And Psycho. I mean, that one's just such a classic.
He was this big fat tub of lard who talked funny. Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, that girl. What was her name in The Birds? That main actress.
When was the last Shemitah?
She got stalked by Alfred Hitchcock. He made sure she never worked again because she kept rejecting him, and he made her life just totally obsessed by her. Hetty, someone. Yeah, I saw it.
Didn't Alfred Hitchcock make like the Psycho movie?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And those ones with
that goes into horror, that kind of jumps the fucking shark.
He had James Stewart in a couple of them too. Rear Window, Rope.
I'm not really much of a horror movie fan.
North by Northwest.
Cup of tea. Horror movies are just stupid.
I think James Stewart was in about 4 of his films. Yeah. You just like James Stewart as an actor.
When was the last Shemitah? Isn't there a Shemitah every year?
I don't know.
It goes from it's in the fall, the Shemitah. It's like in October, really, is the Shemitah.
Yeah, the Omega Man was based
from late September to the end of October, I think, or something like that.
The Omega Man was based on a book called I Am Legend by what's his name?
Will Smith?
Richard Matheson. Oh no, that film was shit.
I Am Legend.
That was the worst version of the movies, actually.
I've never seen it, but I knew that Will Smith was in that movie, right?
Well, it was based on a book, and there's been 4 movies made about it. Omega Man was one. The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price in the 60s. That was another. And
it's a concept that's been going around Hollywood for a long time. The Last Man on Earth. Yeah. The Twilight Zone did an episode about it.
As soon as I saw the Will Smith one, as soon as I saw the dog, I go, oh, well, dog's going to die. Of course the dog dies.
The dog always dies.
So Hollywood Mad Max eats dog.
They hate dogs. Hollywood hates dogs.
Yeah, let's kill the dog. Those psycho movies where there's some jealous spouse constantly harassing his family. Always the pet goes first.
Yeah.
The cat's nailed to the door. A pot of stew.
One time was getting fucking murdered by the psycho.
Yeah.
When they find the dog fucking hanging from the fucking clothesline or something. I hate horror movies, man. I really do. I'm not a big fan of horror movies.
Oh, they get a bit much the same, don't they? They don't come up with too.
It's just disgusting, What they got?
Good original type horror movie that they haven't, the stories.
I guess there used to be some good, decent ones. it became so gory. It just had to be so, like in the 70s and 80s with films like Halloween and fucking, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It just became total fucking,
and you don't need
graphic gore, right? Graphic gore with
a lot of blood and
blood
guts.
everywhere and people, it's just
You don't need blood and guts to make a good horror movie either. You can actually
a psychological thriller, like
the movie The Wicker Man. Only one person dies in that whole film.
But in this genre of horror movies that's been going on since like the 70s and 80s, it has to be total, graphic blood and guts,
Yeah.
It's just basically to desensitize people to violence, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of what Hollywood does. Hollywood, video games, music industry. It's all there to fuck up people's minds and desensitize them. And to corrupt the youth.
When just like those Saw movies, it mainly relies on violence for the storyline,
I found out that the whole hip hop movement was nothing but a CIA psyop. And all of music is. It's all controlled. It always has been.
Yeah.
And the music industry, the fucking movies, everything, all the media is all controlled.
Yeah.
And it's all to corrupt people's minds.
It's like the
pretty obvious.
The love revolution, that all got destroyed, the peace hippies and Charles Manson. They bring him out when they don't want it to go any further. They go, let's destroy the hippie movement or make it, hippies a bunch of drug addicts.
It was all controlled. Everything has been controlled. I come to find out. It was all done to bring us to where we are today. It destroyed our whole fucking culture. Destroyed the whole American society with all this shit. And here we are. And this is what it's led to. Total demoralized society. It pushes nothing but fucking the alphabet mafia, right?
That's part of an agenda too, and politically driven.
It's all part of it. It's all part of this demoralization of our society for my whole lifetime. It's been going on.
Destroy the family unit. That's what they want.
Destroy the family unit. Push all this horrible shit.
Which is what communism wants, They don't want a family unit thing. No.
Push all this, alphabet mafia shit. It's been going on. I've been watching this society go down circle the drain and get closer and closer. Like George Carlin said, we're just circling the drain.
The bloody sodomites there. Just sodomite. Destroy countries.
I'm not some kind of a prude or nothing, but yeah, this shit's ridiculous.
No, I've never been, I've never been live and let live sort of thing. That's all right. But when they starting forcing it verbally on you,
if you don't respect your child's wishes to be, a tranny, then you're it's a crime. If you don't support your child to do that, it's really weird what it's come to. I have a hard time believing it's true. They talk, and I think it's very rare, but they really push it in the media.
Yeah,
they really talk about this shit.
It's not even 1% of the Earth population.
Yeah, but they want to bring it all to the forefront and push it and try to make more and more kids go this way. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
But it's all part of their fucking agenda. And it all comes down to depopulation.
I mean, now they got naked guys prancing around the street in front of kids. I mean, what the fuck? If they were straight, they'd be.
What other agenda could they have besides depopulation? People that mutilate themselves don't reproduce. Straight up.
That's right. You put 100 men on an island. You go back, there's going to be 100 skeletons 100 years later. You go put men and women on an island, you go back, it'll be totally populated. Instead of 100, there'll be 500. Yeah. It's just science. Just science.
So yeah, it's pretty obvious, that's what the agenda is. I mean, you got to be really dumb not to figure it out.
Mm.
That mutilated people don't reproduce.
Yeah. You have to be thick as a bucket of rocks.
To see what the agenda is behind that.
Well, it's to cause chaos as well, just division and
depopulation, and it all boils down to depopulation.
Yeah,
all those things lead to depopulation. That's the bottom line.
And the ones left, they want control. The few left, they control by putting them into 15-minute cities, having to rely on electricity and robots and
shit. Obvious, man. What the real agenda is here. Everything they're doing. That's the bottom line agenda.
Yeah. Won't be long before we got robot cops and dogs patrolling the street.
It's all our fault. It's your fault and my fault that we're suffering from climate change.
It's not global warming.
But everything they do is for our benefit, right?
They've changed the name from global warming now to global boiling. We're at global boiling.
No, we're not in climate change. We're in a climate crisis.
Did you hear that? That scientists are now calling it global boiling. They just bypass boiling.
We're boiling the planet.
They bypass simmering to boiling. What about global simmering? It was warming.
We never had simmering. We went straight from warming to boiling.
Frying pan now. But it's just.
But yeah, I think we've had a below normal. We've had a below average summer here.
It's just the way the weather cycles, just the way it fluctuates.
It's not global warming. It's climate change. Okay, you can't have cooler weather, but still,
there's no rising sea levels. Sea levels haven't risen like they said. Al Gore said
it's not climate change. It's a climate crisis.
Al Gore said we'd be underwater in 10 years.
Hey, there's some places where the sea level has risen. Okay, I've seen videos on it.
Oh, that's probably erosion and things like that.
I know, but you got to ask yourself, how could the sea level rise in this one area?
Yeah,
and not the rest of the world. It doesn't work like that. You can't fucking pour water into a glass and have it rise only on this area and not this area. It has to all rise at the same rate.
Like,
I don't understand, I guess.
I've seen a photo of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, 100 years ago, showing the sea level, and then it shows it today, exactly the same spot on the bridge,
But, assure yourself, Ken, the sea level is rising, and soon we're all going to be underwater.
Yeah.
Even where I live, and I'm at 9,000 feet above sea level.
Well, the water feels pretty cold here, but there's been pods of dolphins swimming around the lakes.
If I'm lucky, I'll be living on an island, okay?
I was.
9,000 feet above sea level.
I was living on an island, but it wasn't very high above sea level. Probably 160.
But can you imagine the way they make it sound?
Yeah.
The whole United States is going to fill up with water. Like the Rocky Mountains will be like an island chain.
And how often is Yellowstone going to explode? That's constant. I've heard that for 40, 50 years. I think. Yellowstone's going to definitely erupt this next decade.
Yeah. When it erupts, I'm fucking dead, dude. I live right downstream from Yellowstone. If it erupts, my shit's done.
It's like, oh God, they don't have much faith in nature, do they?
But do I worry about it? Fuck no. I say let it erupt.
And
bring it on, motherfuckers.
We just had a near miss from a big giant rock in space, apparently.
I don't care. I give 2 rat fucking squirts of piss if Yellowstone erupts.
What about
I'll be happy.
Those big rocks in space that are constantly going to hit Earth? They never.
Bring it on. It's like I always say, let Russia nuke us. Come on, bring it on. You know why I say that? Because I know it ain't gonna fucking happen.
Nah,
As much as they try to scare us about a nuclear war, it ain't gonna fucking happen.
it would have
I
happened.
guarantee you, there's not gonna be a nuclear war. And if it
would've
does, it's all gonna be fake.
If
If
they
there's
really
a
had
nuclear strike, it's gonna be fake. Just like what happened in Japan. It's fucking fake.
firestorm, yeah, that's all. It was just firestorm.
Anybody that does any research on it will figure it out that it wasn't fucking real. But if you try to tell that to most people, they look at you like you're insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Hiroshima, Nagasaki was fake. They're like, what? You're out of your fucking mind. But what can you say?
Yeah.
The day I see a fucking nuclear bomb explode, that's the day I'll fucking believe in it.
Oh God, the fear porn they had even in the 50s, the 60s, 70s movies.
I spent most of my life fearing the fuck about it. Not really. I didn't really give a shit. Let them do it, man. My life ain't that goddamn important.
It'd be a quick death, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you're on the outside radius where it takes you 10 years to die or something.
Yeah, I say bring it on. Let's get it over with.
Look at Chernobyl. I mean, they said no one could live there for 1,000 years.
And all the animals are fucking thriving.
So it's because of all the
So yeah, that's what they do. They stage fake shit like that so they can depopulate the whole fucking area. See?
Yeah, control that area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the farmers are killing koalas by the way they farm, and what a load of shit.
Oh, there's been a nuclear accident here. No one's allowed within 1,000-mile radius of this place.
Yeah.
They can just turn it back to nature.
They can
I think that's what's happening.
Say no one can go there, like Antarctica.
I just don't believe it at all. Not even 1% that there's such a thing as a fucking nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
That's just me, and I could get in big trouble for saying that. But that's just my belief. I don't believe it. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I fucking don't believe it myself, personally.
There are no.
I guess my opinion is very important, and people care what I think, and I could really, It's very dangerous. My opinion.
It's like me.
It could cost thousands of lives. My opinion.
I could have swayed the country here to not like our leaders and that, because I'm so important,
Yeah, they really care what we think, Ken. You and I are very important to the world today.
Yeah. 20 subs.
Our opinion
matters.
they must silence us if they don't like what we have to say, because we have such an influence on the world.
As much as Joe Rogan does, What an influencer.
It's just ridiculous, the whole fucking concept of it, of censorship, right?
Yeah,
like
it's funny.
I saw a T-shirt that said, "The worst part of censorship is," and it had two words that were fucking blacked out.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah. No,
I gotta get that shirt, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The worst part of censorship is two words blacked out.
Yeah. I can't say shit about and then put a blank. Yeah.
But they really feel like they must censor people nowadays. Really big time. What people think and say is very important.
So
it's dangerous. It could cost lives. That's the problem. What we say on this channel could cost lives.
Well, they're even censoring people who don't believe there's a climate change. They're even being censored in Australia.
No, it's not a climate change, Ken. It's a climate crisis. Okay, let's get that straight.
That's right. It was a orange code. Now it's a red code. Yeah. That's it. Red
orange
alert.
Coat to red coat.
Orange alert is when the cops are looking for someone. So we've had a few orange alerts because some woman kidnapped her own baby out of a hospital because she didn't want them to jab it to grab it, and Yeah, they hand the baby back about a year, 2 years later. Too late, kid total. Anyway, that's another story.
Parsifal Wagner says, "There's no surprise that people nowadays, especially in bigger cities, are unbalanced, irritated, reactive, angry, and disease are rising in astronomical numbers." Really?
All those signals and shit.
I haven't seen disease rising in astronomical numbers. Not where I live. Everybody's just fine. Nobody's got disease. Nobody's fucking dying.
But you don't live near a big city, do you? You know.
I do live near. I live like 30 miles from Denver.
Oh, Denver's pretty big, isn't it? Yeah. And if it's not the signals getting to us, it's the chemtrails, you know.
Yeah, so I get access to a big city.
I'm right near a cell tower here. But it didn't matter. My ears were ringing.
But I'm far enough from the big city that it's nice.
Away from it.
But it's I go to the city every day, and I see what's going on.
Yeah, right.
So it's only 30 miles away.
And
I gotta survive. There's no economy up here to survive, so I gotta go down there.
Yeah. Go down to the big smoke. Yeah, the world isn't overpopulated. I mean, people in cities.
I wish I could just live in the mountains like a fucking hermit and just fucking hunt and fish for a living. But it's just not possible these days.
No, you're not even allowed to fish here, you know, anymore.
Yeah, you know.
Stop fishing, you know, $1,000 fine if you're caught fishing on a river. Not
you have no right, you know, as a human being, you have no right to any resources whatsoever.
They want to keep us away from nature as much as they can.
We have no right to any resources whatsoever. We can't. I'm not even allowed to use the water that comes out of my hose. I have no right to that water.
Well, we still have to pay water rates, even though we've got our own tank water on it.
You know, I have a well, so I don't pay for my water. Yeah, but I'm not allowed to use it either. It's fucked up. What good is it to have a well when you can't even use your fucking water?
It's hypocrisy.
You know, what they want to do is they want to come and put a fucking meter on everybody's well to charge you for your own fucking well water. And I'm sure they do that in some parts of the world already.
Yeah,
probably some parts of the United States even.
It's whatever council or you know, whatever they have in that area, you know, to get rich. They make the laws, you know.
Yeah. So
who needs these?
It's all about hooray for them and fuck you. We know.
They get money out of doing all this restriction shit.
It's all about hooray for me and fuck you.
Yep. Man, land management here is going to shit because the Greenies have banned anyone back burning or clearing the land, clearing the bush out, so no bushfires. It's all been stopped by Greenies in every bloody state. And yeah, it looks like we're going to get a big hot summer, I reckon, the way the weather's just suddenly changed all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm predicting bushfires.
We've had a very wet, cool summer here.
Well, probably not, but yeah, it was a cool summer.
I'm predicting a cold, snowy winter here.
Well, we had snow in summer last summer. Yeah, it snowed.
The way this summer's gone, I think it's going to be a fucking nasty winter, but maybe I could be wrong about that.
It was a horrible winter. Well, it was winter before winter for like 2 months, so it's an extra long winter for me. But I can't believe this month the last few weeks has been great. It was too cold to go out most of the time, you know, until getting energy again. It's great. God for the sun. God, I like the sun. You know, it's nice.
Yeah, when they're not blocking it out.
Yeah, they haven't been either. They haven't been chemtrailing as much. I sort of seen a few, but it's hang on. Yeah, it's still perfectly clear out there. Yeah, and that's why the weather's nice because there's no chemtrails around. As soon as the chemtrails turn up, it goes all cold and bleaky and smeary. And you know what I remember when chemtrails used to get you bloody striked talking about that. It's like things I was talking about on Facebook will get banned, and now that's actually.
But what's the worst that happened? If I get another strike, my channel's done for. So.
Well, we won't say anything controversial.
You know, so.
Everything's controversial, though. You know,
and I still don't curtail my speech too much. I don't give a fuck, really. Yeah. As much as I enjoy my channel and my audience and my little tiny like 3 or 4 people that watch my videos, you know.
Yeah, I get about the same when. Well, I God, it's fucked starting over again. You gotta sort of.
Yeah, what's the point? I won't start over again. When they take this channel down, I'm done.
Yeah, I felt like doing that lately. I thought, what's the fuck use? They'll just take this one down eventually, you know, and then they'll take.
Point. YouTube is it's a sinking ship.
Yeah, but there's still not enough people over at all these other platforms. Like Odyssey's really good as far as it works well.
Yeah, but there's no community. There's no community on these other platforms whatsoever.
And you see so many channels where they haven't done anything for a year. They've just gone back to YouTube. And,
and they're destroying the community on YouTube. So it's like, the future don't look great.
It's like they don't care about making money. They just wanted to using it as a platform to cancel, you know, cancel culture.
Censorship.
Yeah,
I think that's the big story these days. Censorship. Censorship.
Well, David Icke was banned from coming here. Him and his son, they had a tour here. That was 4 years ago or so. And he was going to talk about what he usually does, reptiles and all that, and, you know, people being reptilian. And they banned him because he's anti-V, and this is before all the stuff went down. So it was like they knew it was going to go down, so they didn't want him over here to even slightly talk about that. I don't know. Him and his son.
I think it's a desperate fucking an act of desperation.
And the same happened
to people to you know to say, you know, we're afraid of what you say. We don't want you saying it anymore. You're banned.
Same happened.
It's an act of total desperation of people that have lost it and they're going down.
Yeah, so Katie Hopkins from England, she come here to do a gig. You know, she's a comedian, and she come here, and then they locked her up in hotel quarantine in Sydney. No, was it Melbourne? I think. And then they said they didn't want her to do a bloody tour and put her back on the plane after a few weeks of being locked up. You know, that was like 2 years ago or so.
Yeah, well, let's see what's going to happen in the next crisis that comes along. You know, it's just going to get really crazy. We thought it was crazy. You know, what happened after 2020.
They just put a mate of mine. He does audit vids, you know, in Melbourne. They just put him in jail last week for 2 months and 2 weeks. He's in there for stalking the police. Which I didn't even know that was a law. He's on a bicycle, so God,
you got to be a bad motherfucker to stalk the police.
He's a little guy, you know, little Aboriginal dude, and Tioni used to work with him, and
you got to be fearless. You got to be fucking fearless to stalk the police.
And he used to shit stir him by getting around on his bicycle at night with blue flashing lights, and just to get the cops to pull him over, and then he'd film him, and he's just doing it as a stir.
There's some people that have no fear of the cops whatsoever. It's amazing.
Yeah, he didn't, and then they said he wasn't allowed to. They put an order on him that he wasn't allowed to, and I don't know, he must have filmed him in one tiny little scene or something. And they've got him on stalking the cops, which is what? They were so scared of him, were they? The poor cops were terrified of this little guy and his wife.
Yeah, they love to play the fucking victim card, don't they?
There's another guy in New Zealand. He's looking at going to jail this week for being at a protest, in Auckland.
We feared for our lives. Officer safety. These poor cops were scared to death of this little midget.
And we got another guy, Ozzy Kozak, He's in the Russian embassy right now because the cops want to lock him up for talking out too much, It's just really
basically Australia is just like Canada. It's just not a sovereign nation whatsoever. Right. It's just part of the English Empire.
Yeah, the Commonwealth. Yeah, which is becoming the Commonwealth.
Man, you know what? To tell you the truth, the United States is too.
Yeah. I'm saying
it always will be.
Like here,
it's always been the Commonwealth, the English Empire.
Yeah.
And all the rest is bullshit. It's all controlled by the Rothschilds.
Yeah. It's all controlled by a couple of people on Earth, and that's it.
And we just have a bigger illusion of freedom here in America than other places.
Because
we're more brainwashed here in America. We Americans believe they have more rights.
At least in America, your votes count. Though. Your votes count in America, though, don't they?
Yeah, our votes count in America.
Just like
we got constitutional rights in America.
We don't.
Supposedly, we have a constitution.
Yeah,
so you try to stand up for those constitutional rights, and then all of a sudden you don't have any constitutional rights.
They just change the laws to suit themselves whenever, here.
It's the same thing here. It's the same thing.
Must be 200 laws a week, mate.
The only difference is that we have a lot more people here. So we have a little bit more power in numbers.
Yeah.
Than they do in Canada or Australia.
In Australia, it's so vast, it's like takes a long.
Yeah, it's so vast and so few people.
Yeah, that's right. What, 26 million? Yeah, it's not much.
No, we got 10 times that many people in America plus.
Yeah. And America's not
a smaller area.
We're definitely. I reckon we're underpopulated.
So that's the only thing that really keeps America even halfway the semblance of any sort of freedom. Is that they're afraid to really destroy all our so-called rights but it's getting to the point where they don't care anymore because they know there ain't nobody that's going to stand up against them.
Yeah.
The America has been so pussified.
They got the guns.
America's got no fight in it at all.
People go, "Oh, you Aussies, you gave your guns away." No, we didn't. We're forced to. Didn't give them away.
America's been pussified. It's got no fucking fight.
You guys have got guns, and what are you done? You're saying we do nothing, but I'm not talking about you directly. I mean,
I don't do nothing.
No, I mean the ones with guns, and they're all talking about, let's take our country back, and they don't. They never will because I have the military.
They never will. It's over with.
The military.
The delusion of the land of the free and the home of the brave is over. It's no longer a delusion in my book.
It's a divided corporation of America.
The corporation, and
it's the same here where the
there's Joe Dirt.
Joe in the house. Hey buddy, I was just asking about you. I can't find your channel.
Well, there you go. Copy his channel right now.
Don't know if that'll do it though. Because I spelt it that way when I'm looking for the channel. Yo. So you had Pat and Trev staying there, I heard. Joe, how did that go? How did that go, Joe? Pat and Trev, are they still there? I don't know. But I talked to Pat the other day, but you were asleep. Yeah, I've forgotten how I talked to him. It was on someone else. It might have been Voynich. But yeah, you'd think by copy pasting it'd come up with it, but let's have a look anyway. Nope, still comes up with the movie. So I'd need a link. I remember I couldn't find it another time when I had a new channel. Oh well. Come on, Joe. Come on. Just for, I don't know how long you want to stream for. So, yeah. Where's Ozzy? Ozzy gone, it's just Jason and yeah, so yeah, that happens.
That's
So, how was Pat and Trev's visit? You were being a good host, I heard. Taking care of him. Joe. Oh, he wants a link. Eric is yeah.
No link. Oh.
There you go, Joe. Compliments of Eric. Come on down, Joe. The price is right. The deals for you, man. I went in the op shop the other day and I was looking for a juicer so I could have, fruit and veggie juice. And lo and behold, there's one there. And, yeah, $10. It was a good deal.
Yeah.
Really yeah. Then I bought a set of scales because I've been losing weight and I wanted to see. So, and then I bought a robot dog. Doesn't work though. I need batteries, but I haven't got batteries. But all for $15. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And I did some juicing the other night. Oh wow, I love it. I miss having the natural juice. Don't know if Joe's there yet. Yeah, so busy day, Joe. What time is it over there now?
I don't know. I had a good day. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Beautiful sunny day. I can't complain. I've been praying for warm weather. And then I finally got it the last week and a half. It's just been magnificent days. Cold nights, but beautiful days. It's when the sun
it's
just
finally cooled down here.
snowing.
It's been so fucking hot, man. Finally cooled down here.
Oh, cool. I'm glad. Yeah. Yeah, I heard it got up to about 38 Celsius there. That's not.
How you doing, farmer?
Hey.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
How you doing? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too, man.
Long time no see,
See you, man. How you doing?
It's been hot in fucking Minnesota. Damn.
Yeah, it's kind of been warm. Actually, it
Nice
isn't
here.
the heat; it's the humidity.
The humidity, of course.
Yeah,
been
the
nice here.
humidity's like a
We've had a beautiful
humidity's
summer.
like 300%. There's water in the air, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of tropical feeling, tropical type.
Oh, I love that. I love a tropical feeling. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but you don't got the ocean breeze. All you got's Minnesota swamp water.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're fucking
Incredible
living in a
party.
basin.
Uh-huh.
It's not bad here in summer. We get the
I don't
ocean.
know. I never been to that part of the world. I live here on top
Hey,
of
I
the
never
mountain.
been to your part of the world. Actually, I have though. I drove through it.
Everybody's been through the Rocky Mountains.
Right. I went to the Grand Canyon once too.
Yeah, I never been there.
I heard
I've
I've
John
been close to there. I've been in the area.
I heard John Denver went through the Rocky Mountains on a plane once. Or something.
John.
Yeah, no. John Denver went into the Rocky Mountains on a plane.
No, I think he crashed. in
He didn't go around. He just went into.
And wasn't it funny how he did a song
I
about it?
thought he crashed into the ocean in California.
Did that song Rocky Mountain Way High or something?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why they killed him that way.
That's what I think.
He was too powerful a man, you know.
Yeah.
Never forget that stuff. John
Never forget
Denver
that.
was too. John Denver
man.
was too powerful of a man.
He was
Never
into
forget
something.
that.
He said, "Thank God he was a country boy."
Yeah,
Never forget
and John Denver said thank God so many times. That's why you couldn't have that guy around.
Yeah.
He talked about Rocky Mountain High long before.
Oh
they passed the
yeah,
fucking cannabis law here.
yeah. You
That
knew
was-
how he'd go.
It was
Is that a
like
coincidence?
That wasn't planned.
Colorado
Dude,
was the
I would have jumped out. I would have jumped out for my last fucking 5-6 seconds.
Isn't that a coincidence?
I would have
that
jumped
Colorado was
out.
the first state
Damn,
to
roll.
decriminalize cannabis recreational.
Yeah, I don't know. Minnesota
Rocky
did
Mountain High,
though.
you know, Rocky Mountain
So
High.
in like 2 days from now, 3 days, 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, I don't know. I'll actually be legal to grow the weed I grow anyway. So
In
it all
Minnesota?
sucks.
But you guys
Yep.
legalized growing in Minnesota?
Yeah, we did. That's the
It's not really
biggest
legal, though.
shit, right?
It's not really. You can only
That
grow
is
so much.
the
right?
biggest shit. I can grow up to, I think it was 2 pounds of flour. I can grow up to 2 pounds of flour in Minnesota.
No way.
that's like
All we do is
Amsterdam
all we do here is
shit.
1 ounce.
Yeah, no, they don't got the selling part down right. So you only got one reservation up north that'll sell weed. But yeah, I can still grow up to 2 pounds of flour, you know, at a time. So that's pretty amazing, actually.
You know, that's gonna flood the market for sure.
Oh, it's gonna flood the
weed's gonna
market,
drop.
dude.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
bottom
And they
out.
got no idea how to actually sell it. They got no idea how to sell it. So we're
Yeah,
just
so everybody's
allowed
growing
to
weed all over the
grow
country.
2 pounds at home. We're allowed to eat. Every
That
one
tells
of
me
us is allowed to grow 2 pounds at home.
It tells
How
me
the
that
hell you do that?
The quality is gonna go down.
Right?
and the price is gonna go down.
This is something that's not in the state. Or not in the state, but the country. Every citizen in Minnesota is allowed to flower 2 pounds of weed if they cover it in their front yard.
If
As
they
long
cover
as
it.
you cover it with something in your front yard, you're allowed to grow 2 pounds
2
of flower
pounds,
and
man.
weed.
That's a
That's
lot of
like
weed.
unbelievable.
That's a
That's
lot of
how the
plant.
law describes it.
You don't need any more than that.
Oh man,
That's
Davey
whole
boy,
countries
yeah.
in trouble.
That's all you need a year, isn't it? You know, a couple
Yeah.
Oh shit! I smoke like
It's
2
not
ounces a
even-
year.
Dude,
Pretty good.
I've covered all my weed all my life every time I've grown it. So this is like a huge boon.
That's
This
like,
is a huge boon. Honest, man. It's like, hey, everyone can do this now.
So
And they didn't specify covering. We're talking only plastic at this point.
It's a fucking bonanza.
So think of that shit, dude. You're talking plastic. And every single person in Minnesota can flower 2 pounds
that's good.
legally.
That's gonna introduce a lot of plastic to the environment.
Do you know?
Well, I would get out there. Hey, they don't talk about covers, so you could use pallets. You know what I mean? You
Well,
can
it's
use
like-
boxes of pallets. You just gotta cover your
Yeah.
plant.
yeah.
You could use like fucking service containers.
Well, you just plant it amongst, whatever plants you got, so it's disguised that way. You don't want
Right,
people just
but
up the fence.
Minnesota gave that example, man.
You can
That's
stack firewood next to
that's
it. And just
odd.
keep stacking more and more firewood as it
I'll
grows.
say that.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it. Just keep
Not that you
stacking
need to
firewood
hide
next to it.
Do you? You wouldn't need to hide it where you are, Joe.
We're still coming to terms with it.
Mm.
It becomes
Coming to terms
legal in like 3 days.
Hey, Davey boy.
I think they say only 10% of the United States is illegal now.
You know,
Whoops, Joe's
Oh, we
pressing
lost
me.
we lost Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt's down. Dirt down. Dirt down.
Down, man down. We got a man down. Get him back. Get him back up. But
But yeah. Growing
Nah.
weed, man. It's great. It's a great thing to do. I think. I love
They
growing
get
weed.
they sort of
I'm
get
not
like
growing
that.
weed right now, but it's fun.
Here, it's not really illegal if you've only got, say, 1 or 2 plants, but it should be at least 3 because you can get a lot of weed off just 3 plants.
I know a place down by Boulder where fucking weed grows wild all over the place. Crazy. Nobody even gives a shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's just people plant plants all over and they just let it grow.
It's like that in Tasmania. Apparently, no one buys weed there. They just go around each other's places, shout it. Everyone's always
That's
got
the way.
something.
That's the way the world should be, man.
Yeah.
Everything
everyone-
should be free in this world.
Yeah.
We have all the access to the resources.
I never used to sell it. I just give it away to me friends. Oh, yeah, take this Oz back with you if you want. Yeah.
Why does people want to own everything?
I share whatever tiny thing I have, but
Why does everybody want to rule the world?
yeah, everyone.
Everybody wants to rule the world. Yeah,
Who was that band?
the way it is. Tears for Fears.
No, it should be free. It's a herb. It's not, made in a laboratory or anything.
Yeah, anybody can grow it. That's why they hate it. That's why the powers that be hate it.
You can make
Anybody
it,
can grow it. They can't make any money off it if everybody can grow it themselves, right?
and anything they do,
It's great medicine.
Everything they do of oil can be done with hemp. Yeah.
For sure. It's my only go-to medicine.
Yeah.
Hemp and IPA.
Natural antidepressant. Some people get depressed on it, but I get depressed. Yeah.
I'm not crazy about the hemp that I get nowadays, though, from all these commercial dispensaries and shit.
Nothing tastes better than your own homegrown, I say. But it's always been that way. The last lot I grew, I won't say when, but it was fantastic. better than anything you could get around here as far as buying it. But I've cut back a lot, actually. Probably smoke half what I used to a year ago.
Yeah, I smoke very little nowadays.
Yeah. You get
Compared
more
to what I
value.
used to smoke. I just don't feel I can't. I can't
Yeah.
smoke that much weed during the day. Like I
On the
used to.
same with alcohol, I can't. I've got a certain limit now. I can't get.
I usually just take a couple puffs in the morning,
I don't sort
and
of
then a couple puffs when I get home, and I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't
6
need-
stubbies. That's my limit.
I
If
don't
I'm having
smoke.
7 or
I used to smoke all day long during work. Go out to my car and take a puff during on lunch break and shit. It was like I don't do that anymore.
Nah, I used to. Back in the 90s and that, and then I used to think, I'd rather just wait till I get home and enjoy it more then, and just get into the work, and not that it affected the way, it actually really used to get me right into it, but I got to a stage where I just wait till I got home, and then I'd have like 3 cones and totally fine.
The whole stigma of cannabis is just ridiculous. Really.
Yeah.
That there is any kind of stigma to it at all in the world is just beyond me. It shouldn't be that way. People should not give a fuck about it at all. In my opinion, if someone wants to smoke weed, it's their own fucking business. If you really think if you're employing them and you really think that they,
Yeah,
that's the sticky situation, I guess.
Yeah, it's good when it's sticky.
But I think, if you got a pot smoker working for you and he does his job, why should you give a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
If he wants to smoke a little weed on his lunch break, I haven't done
Smoke
that in a long time, but I used to, and it helped me to, relax, and just go back and focus on my work.
Yeah.
But then other times, you do that and you're like paranoid, like, oh, everybody knows I'm stoned now, kind of thing.
I used to be working with dudes, and I'd smoke the same as them, and then they'd be useless in the afternoon. I'd be going, "What?"
Some people, they that's why I don't smoke weed while I'm working anymore at all. I'll smoke it maybe before I leave and go to work. And by the time I get there, the effects are worn off, right? So, and I don't smoke it all during the day.
Nah, you find you don't need to anyway.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't.
So
some people, that's part of their day, man. They smoke weed during their lunch break every day.
I used to be happy just knowing, I got some at the end of the day. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, this whole cannabis stigma in our society. You can still get in big trouble if you get pulled over and you get THC in your system. It could destroy your life, even though you're not a danger whatsoever.
No,
that's just the way our law is set up here. The cop will say, "Oh, when was the last time you smoked?" It's horrible. Look on you. There's a lot of videos on YouTube on it too, but it happens in real life. It's especially in places like Colorado where we have legalized cannabis, and it stays in your system forever, and their legal limits are so small for driving that if you smoke like a month ago, you will still be over their legal limit if they tested you.
It stays in your system.
Yeah. You know why? Because your system wants it.
When they brought out those tests, that they get you to put something under your tongue and all that shit. This guy got done for smoking marijuana. He hadn't had any for over a month. And, it was dodgy, given totally dodgy readouts. It still does. It doesn't work. It'll either say, you're positive or not. It's just.
I don't trust him at all.
Depends on the test. Yeah. When I got done,
well, it's obvious that it's a way to punish people for nothing.
Yeah. and revenue. It's a good revenue, you know. 500.
At some point, they don't care much about the revenue. They just care about destroying your fucking life. It's more important to them than the revenue. Taking the revenue from you is what they want to do. They want you not to have the revenue. They don't give a shit about the revenue. They got all the money in the world. They want you not to have any money.
So did Joe end up in the backstage again, or no?
Maybe. I don't think so. He said, fuck it. Anyways, on that note, maybe we'll just go ahead and wrap it up here.
Yeah, okay. Eric, I got something to eat.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Ken.
Cool.
Appreciate you, bro. And everybody else is here. Davey Boy.
Good to get
Jason.
Cheers, guys.
Sure.
Good fun. Peace out.
And all the rest of my homies.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Love you guys.